Go, go, Feline Rangers! Go, go, Feline Rangers! Hello, everyone. It's Meowfin time. So today is the first day of a little podcast series on designs that need another look. So joining us is a representative from the IAT 351 design team that has some thoughts that could change the student care application. So if you guys don't know, the Student Care app is a tool created by Student Care, who are leading the collective insurance plan administrator for student health and dental care in Canada. So let's welcome Kim Van.
Thank you, Mark. Glad to have the opportunity to be on your show. My team has researched and created a pretty good design rationale for some changes on the Student Care app that can make the app more appealing to use. We hope that the viewers will also think it's an awesome proposal, and if there's enough intention, we can get an opportunity to meet with Student Care to make these improvements.
Cool. So let's just hear about this design rationale first. So I've actually used this application before. So again, for the viewers who don't know, I'm just going to share my screen and go through the application so you can see what it's about. So I'm just going to share my screen real quick here. Give me a second. Okay. Do you see my screen? Yes?
Yeah,
Okay. So just going to go through the application. I'm just going to open it up. So I'm going to create a claim profile. And I'm going to pick a student association. So let's do SFU because that's where you're studying, right?
Mhm.
And let's enter some information here real quick. And voila, we are on the home screen. And looks like there are features for filing a claim. Just click that. Cool. Let's click the electronic pay direct card. Interesting. Let's go back to the home screen. You can see your coverage information and alerts. Looks like you can contact and you can see your profile again. And looks like there's settings and more. Cool. Let me just not share my screen anymore so you can have the limelight here. Hold on. Oh no, how do I not share screen?
Oh, it's not sharing screen anymore.
Okay, my bad. Okay. So I've encountered a couple problems or issues with the application, right? So let's say we're claiming a file. So I've created my claim profile and I go to the homepage, and for some reason there's a button on the on the bottom of the home screen that says claim profile again. So just wondering, if I've created my claim profile with all the details on it, why does it ask me to create a profile again? So I've actually tried that. I've clicked the button and it seems like it's asking me to enter more missing information. So I'm just wondering why that is. Wouldn't it be easier to have the process in just one go in the beginning? And another issue I've also encountered is the direct card. So, you know, as a first-time user of the application, I don't know what a direct card is. Absolutely no idea. What does it do? When do I use the card? And once I click on it, I kind of understand. It's like, okay, you can use it to pay for prescriptions at the pharmacy. Just a bit confusing. And another thing is that when I click on it, I have to click on it again to view the details. So I'm just wondering if it's, like it's more intuitive just to have the information in one click instead of, two, right?
Yeah, definitely. Our team has also, we're thinking on the same line as those solutions that you have. And so I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about the changes that we will be addressing.
Mhm.
If you can, if the viewers can remember, possibly, if we can talk about the claim profile. And so this part, it focuses more on the cognition from HCI 1, Wave 1, the human computer interface. So our team found that the theory of premature commitment was applied where students must go through an unavoidable secondary goal of creating a claim profile first in order to start completing their primary goals of using this app, which is filing a claim. However, this process contradicts the Gomes analysis, where people will become skilled in their use and will want efficient methods for accomplishing routine tasks. Since students are not completely aware of how to file claims successfully, they will not be able to build their skills in doing so. Even when their account is made, they can't file a claim right away, which is, why? Like, they came here just to file a claim. They were told it's going to be easy, but they have to finish making their profile, which is counterintuitive as information needs to be clearly and quickly interpreted to create mental models that match external representations. A surefire solution is to merge the information asked for in the complete your claim profile with the processes for creating a new account at the beginning. Um, so it's just one step, one and done. Then you'll get to file your claims without any issues or confusion.
Good.
Now for, sorry to,
Yeah, no,
so
I'm just saying, yeah, it's yeah, I kind of had the same line of thinking where it's just, just finish the whole thing in one go and then you can claim your profile quick. Yeah. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
yes, definitely. Oh, no worries. No, definitely. Like our plan is to make it intuitive. So it's kind of like how, as I mentioned about mental models, is how students expect the app to go through with, expect the app next screens be what they think it should be. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, for that pay with direct card feature, our team explored possibilities on how to decrease the time it takes to view this card, as it is used to show pharmacists to get key information to apply the insurance coverage on the prescription without the student needing to make a claim. So they get their insurance coverage applied to the cost of the prescription.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to show on my screen the touch level model, TLM for short, that we have applied to back up the reasoning of making it easier to go through the process of getting the pay with direct card to pharmacists.
Okay.
And I'm going to share my screen real quickly. Yes, and so this TLM is an extension of the keystroke level model. TLM was developed to encapsulate the task efficiency on mobile devices instead of keystroke level model, which is with the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was applied, we used the operators mental act, M, the tap, as well as tilt, L, um, as part to use to apply to the task of creating, not creating, going to the next to the direct card,
Mm-hmm.
um, and showing and seeing how long it takes to use. And so I'm just going to show the next screen of it. And I'm going to show the next chart.
Go ahead.
Yes. So this chart shows the current task that we want to apply TLM for the current student care application.
Mm-hmm.
And this adds up to approximately four-ish seconds, 4 to 5 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
if we went through the process of having to think about going to the pay direct card, pressing it, tapping, and then mentally trying to figure out what they're supposed to do. And then they figure it out, which is they have to press the card, which opens up, and it still has to be tilted for it to be viewable. So this process is a little bit a hassle.
Yeah.
So our team applied it to our proposed solution, which I'm going to share that one next, which is this. And so this one is shorter. It decreases the time between 1 to 2 seconds, and two seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but it can be very frustrating if every time you go through trying to get this pay direct card, you have to keep tapping unnecessary um, steps to get into what you need for your purpose.
So just to recap this process, you kind of cut off a couple steps. So it's like you click the pay direct card and then you already have it right on the screen instead of like clicking it again and again
Oh,
to view it.
yes, yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
awesome. Yeah, I just like how you're incorporating all these scientific rationales into your designs. It just makes everything make more sense, I guess. And anyway, speaking of designs, let's see more of them.
Yeah, sure. Our proposal that we want to show is we believe in seeing. Well, we believe that seeing is believing. So I'm going to show the mock-up quickly. And these mentioned improvements can be are these mentioned improvements can adjust for user experience, but our focus is really making the interface design to be intuitive, which minimizes the cognitive load to remembering and learning for the new students to feel comfortable in using this app. And especially for returning students that have to use it once in a while, may it be because of the prescriptions or if they want to claim a dental coverage, this could be maybe once every 6 months or twice a year. So we just want to make it intuitive for when they come back. And making it intuitive starts with the foundation patterns that are perceived, and I will show you now the proposed mock-up design. Let me just open it up. Perfect. So here you can see that this is the beginning of our redesign for the interface that's intuitive to optimize efficiency and accuracy for the students and in relations with student care and the insurance company, especially since they are stakeholders that will be affected when this design, when the app is redesigned. So based on each human's visual system, it can be broken down to 3 stages. But to summarize, color is an important tool in perceiving without thinking about it. It is where our eyes are naturally drawn towards. Orange, as you can see from this app, is a key element and will be used with the preemptive processing theory to make visual elements more prominent as it contrasts with its opponent colors, which is also shown here, which are blue and green. And so I'm going to show you what the old design is for their main page. And that one. And for this here, you can see that the orange being used throughout, it is also throughout the application as well, is only at this banner here. And when you initially go on this page, your eyes are directly drawn towards here. And so our team wanted to, effectively use this orange and draw the attention to what is important for this application, which is filing the claim here. And so I'm going to go back to our design. Perfect. And so if we were to go forward to log in, we log in, you see the SFSS logo and here. So as you can see with the orange, you don't see it within those previous pages, but right away on the home page, you see it on file claim. And we wanted, and this is a key information sent or queue using the orange as it helps to navigate in filing the claim. Taking advantage of using colors, we wanted to have a consistent pattern perception, which we have incorporated to cell walls, notably the law of similarity, which states that similar objects to be grouped together. As you can see throughout the application buttons, and when I show you the old application, just took some screenshots so you don't have to go back to it. You can see that blue buttons have no icon and green buttons have icons. To navigate, icons are used for that reason of navigation. And then the blue buttons are used more as going through the pages, proceeding in different features and steps. And so what our team wanted to do to incorporate the law of similarity was make all the buttons that have icons to be green. As we saw, the pattern that icons are used for navigating through the pages, while the buttons that do not have icons have an action to either, for example, in here, you call or you send an email. And so I'm going to show what it looks like on our current application. And so we created this recognized pattern icon theme for navigation, as you can see on the main page here. And then if you were to go to the help, and if we go through the file, the claim, you can see that we have added more blue buttons to show it goes through different actions and tasks subcategorized other than navigating through the application itself. And we have also applied the similarity to the top buttons that exit the page or exit the app itself, the back and log out. And I'll show you the comparison photo for that real quickly. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. And here it is finally. And so
Big difference.
Yes, big difference. So we wanted to apply, it's a little bit blurry, but you get the idea that we wanted to have it similar to the buttons I've showed you before of just blue and yes, for actions that occur that's not navigating through the app. So I'm going to stop sharing there. And so if we were to continue on buttons, the topic of buttons, we explored a variation of Fitts law that models information processing capabilities of the human motor system known as steering law, which extends Fitts law from time minimizing task to space minimizing task, which can be seen when filing a claim. The buttons to proceed uses minimized movements for the finger, which acts as a pointing device. And let me just share that so you can see how that feels. So we're already on the claim. So if we were to go through it, submit, you can see that the buttons to go to the next pages are very close to each other. But on the other hand, we kept the back buttons to exit further away to increase the movement. So the movement here was very little to go between the pages, but to go back, yes, so, Mark, this thing is not proper. Why doesn't it have back buttons?
It's broken.
Okay, can I just, okay, let me quickly fix this stuff.
Okay.
I did not know I used, I thought I fixed it. I thought I put it back in. Okay, that means I have to start from number 4 again. Can you let our team know we're gonna be a little late?
Okay, sure.
And what other pages we need? The history page? No, this page. What other page was it?
You said history page, right? The claim history?
The coverage page?
Yeah.
Unless you do this to me. Also messed up here too, but we already did it. I'm not gonna fix it. Okay.
Let's see if it works first. Let's click the buttons and stuff.
Okay. What I was talking about again first? I wanted to talk about the coverage. Then I want to go back home, and then I'll go to help, help, help. Okay, I'm not going to talk about help then. No, I should talk about help. Why is it like this? This is supposed to go smoothly.
Yeah, it's okay. It's bound to happen anyway.
Tell Alex he has lots of editing.
I think he just needs to cut like.
Oh, I know what happened. It didn't connect totally. That's why
Oh.
there's missing ones here. That's why. Yeah, it's not all adding there. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna use the original one then. I'm gonna add back button here. No. And I'll remove it when we're done filming. So he doesn't know that it's not the right one. We did not edit this recently. Okay. Arbor reset. Now I need my no. Okay, back to problem number 4, solution. Taking advantage of using colors, we wanted to have consistent pattern perception, which we have incorporated Gestalt laws, notably the law of similarity, which states that similar objects to be grouped together. As you can see throughout the application in the current design, that I will bring up a screenshot just to bring back some memories. You can see that blue buttons have no icons for actionable things that does actions such as emailing or calling, or the calling one is green. And we have icons that are on green buttons, as well as these blue ones, which are supposed to be for navigating throughout the page. They don't specifically have an action that occurs, but more guiding the user with information to find more information that relates to their purpose on the application. And so our team wanted to create a recognized pattern that icons or blue buttons that navigate and maintain the consistent attributes. So as you can see here, we have added the green color behind the icons to indicate that these are navigations. And so if we look at the comparison to the screenshots, we have added those there. And if we went back to helping, you can see that we have changed the calling part to an actionable button, so it is blue. We have also applied the similarity to the top button for exiting out the back to the previous page or out of the application itself. And I'll show you what it looks like before and after in here. You can see the difference, right?
Yep. Oh wow, that's a big difference.
It is, and you can see that we have made the similarity to the pattern and keeping it consistent with the colors of the pattern being that actionable buttons be blue, while green buttons are more navigating through the pages. And changing that, and because we're on the topic of buttons themselves, I'm going to explain the the variation of Fitz's law that we have explored, and this models information processing capabilities of the human motor system known as steering law, which extends Fitz's law from time minimizing tasks to space minimizing tasks, which can be seen when Feline claimed that the button to proceed uses minimalized movement for the finger, which acts as a pointing device. So let's go back to the Feline claim. If you file a claim, you can see once you click this button, the next button is very close, keeping in line with the layout, the movement between the pass button to the next button, the space is minimized. But on the other hand, we wanted to keep the buttons to go back and logging out to be farther away, and makes the user, the students, think a little bit more if they really do need to go there. And this emphasizes if they have a strong purpose in using those buttons. And so we press back, and there you go.
Beautiful. Wow. I honestly didn't know, the amount of like nuance and work that goes into design. It's like you're taking all these theories and then, you're taking your solutions and just smashing them together. It's like a beautiful sandwich. Anyways,
Yes.
we're making judgments before even, thinking about them. Anyways, I've got some other questions that I'm not sure the viewers saw, so if I may.
Yes, of course. There's a lot of thought that goes to how humans interact with things, and in this case with technology. So shoot with all the questions that you have. I'm ready.
All right, let's go. So I saw in the original app design that it shows both profile and more in the nav bar, I believe.
Mhm.
But those can't be seen in the new design. Was that changed? Did you merge those two together? Like, what's going on there?
Yes, so we wanted to apply this law called Hicks law, the idea that the more choices you show to the students, the longer it takes for them to come with a decision. And so there's this oversimplificating of showing both of the options of both the profile and the more button. And this distracts the flow of the user if they need to think about where their information can be found within the two. So if I show the user, make sure they know what I'm talking about. You can see
Ah, there
that
it is. Yeah.
here in the before that the icon for the you can also see that the icon for the profile is a gear, and this does not represent its action and information. And the more button could pretty much show anything. You can't really know what it will show. And so both of them can be misinterpreted, along with the alerts can be misinterpreted to be a negative sense in the context for filing their claims. So these three buttons of showing different actions can be frustrating and increase cognitive load to mental process while interpreting the icons and figuring out where the information goes to, specifically for the profile and the more as trying to recall back to your question. So our team wanted to have clear intentions of what kind of information could be provided. Aligning with wave 3 of HCI, this will in turn be a trade-off in the student's task, because to merge more in the profile pages together causes chunking information. And so for the after, you can see that we wanted to, whatever was in the profile in the more buttons, we have compiled it into one button called settings, which encapsulates both information. This reduces cognitive load, so the user will, if they need something that is not within the first three, it will be in the settings, and they don't have to figure out if it belongs in the profile or the more. But the trade-off to that is students who are already familiar with this old design will have to either relearn this new one or wondering where this more button is, because it does not have any relations to settings or the gear icons.
Mm. Yeah, that's kind of what I experienced in the old app. I was a bit confused. So I don't know what those buttons did. I would have to, I guess, waste screen time by messing around and seeing what the buttons do. And
Mhm.
I think your solution kind of saves time there against like the whole theme of making the tasks more efficient, right?
Yeah.
Interesting, interesting. Anyways, speaking of trade-offs, design is never a one-way street. There's always, other systems playing a part. Were there any constraints or considerations about that?
Yes, there was a lot of that we considered for potential constraints and threats that can occur within this application system and its relation with the external system, in this case,
Mm,
student care and the insurance company. One major consideration was student care's maintenance of the app.
mm,
As we wanted to include more content changes that align with the goal to optimize efficiency and accuracy with using the app, it would help improve the students' knowledge of knowing their coverage better if all the information was provided right on this application. So this evens out the common ground between students and the insurance company, that which is the original goal of student care. And from Wave to HCI, if it is on the app, they do not need to contain this memory, because we're distributing the cognition, from what they have to remember in their role, uh, in the process of filing claim, and applying it to the application, so that if they do need more information, they can find the information that they need on this app to continue their role of filing the claim. However, as the insurance coverage does change every yearly term, it is different and is different per province based on the partnered insurance company, as well as for some associations, there are undergrad and graduate coverages options. There will be a team needed from student care to maintain this information each year and adjust it, on this application to personalize it per school.
mm.
And so if I show you the application that we have, and so what we did is we kept the information that was in the old application, just because we don't know what exact information should go under coverage, and we didn't want to change the layout if we didn't have the content that would be in there, just in case we maybe needed more graphical images. Yes. And
Mm.
so they, if you go through the health coverage, you can see that they generalize the information that could be in your health coverage. However, the odd part is that they ask you to go to their website, which the and when you go to this website, you further have to indicate who you are, for them to personalize that coverage for you, which seems a little bit out of the way when they could just show it on this application, and to make it more efficient when they're processing their claim, and reassures the students if what they're filing, fits within their coverage.
Mm. And so if they don't update this information, do they update the students of, the changes or the status on the claim, stuff like that?
No, currently they do not. The claim is filed quickly, which is great, and the student then will find out if their mail has been find out by mail if their coverage, could be applied to their claim. Um, And this causes another constraint, as we wanted to put the status of their claim on the app, which enforces this reassurance for the student. And if we show it here in the claim history, you can see that we have subtly added the, status right at the top, just because this is more for privacy reasons, and also, um, it could have a negative effect if they see like big rejection on like in big.
Yeah, for
um,
sure.
yeah, so but we have to consider how the system is handled between the insurance company, as do they are they the one who directly tells the students about their status, or does it go through student care, who is the middleman, the common ground that provides information back to the students? That we don't know.
And just going off, the topic of information, right? Since obviously there's human error, right? People may put in wrong information, especially students, if they're in a hurry or, stuff like that. If there's a chance that they put the incorrect information, is that going to be a problem? Will your designs help solve that problem if they ever make those type of errors?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even with the best design, all the research and, design rationale that we can apply to this proposal, the students having to put their own personalized information can cause the process to be interfered. If there is incorrect information in their profile that misclicked it, or they themselves are unsure but still putting it in, or while they're submitting the claim, they're not sure if they fit in one category or another. So, and especially since our proposal is optimizing design, there could be a chance that the student doesn't read carefully, during the first time filing or even the 100th time filing. There are possibilities for errors. Therefore, a constraint is, if there is a problem, how can the students troubleshoot quickly to ease their worries before the insurance company receives them? But even if the insurance company receives them and they do get a rejection notice, then where can they fix their issues to make sure the claim is correct? So these considerations that we have put in was within the contact us page, or add in the review section, just so that there's some consideration for the students to reflect on what they put in. But this does contradicts our trying to make the app more efficient, but our main goal is to optimize this intuitive interaction. And so we want to work with student care to clarify some of these constraints. But before that, we want to shed some light on this app and on our design, and get feedback on current use scenarios of the app, so that if we do get this opportunity to talk to student care organization, we have some more backing to talk to them with.
Based on what you've proposed, I think that's in the realm of possibility, And just to help your team out, I'll be sharing a survey in the descriptions with the interactive mockup to get, the thoughts of viewers when they use the app. Anyways, I appreciate you coming here and sharing your wonderful designs.
Oh, thank you for listening, and giving my team a chance to spread awareness.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. That's it for today, folks. I'll be coming back next week with the next podcast on designs that need another look. See you all next week, and keep those attitudes felines.
Go, go, Feline Rangers! Go, go, Feline Rangers!